Welcome to Retail Focus, brought to you by 14:59 p.m. Retail Focus provides insightful, timely, and engaging discussions on the latest trends, news, and developments in retail, e-commerce, and technology. We aim to inform and inspire professionals, enthusiasts, and anyone curious about the evolving landscape of these industries. And now, here are your hosts, John Suder and Bart Mroz.
Support for Retail Focus comes from Nerve Tonic Brand. Born in 2012 out of sheer boredom and questionable decisions, Nerve Tonic Brand has somehow defied the odds and logic to become a powerhouse online lifestyle brand. What started as a whim has transformed into a global hub of edgy clothing, snarky accessories, and unapologetic lifestyle essentials for those who prefer their style with a side of sarcasm. Sign up for the newsletter today to score 10% off your first order and stay ahead of the game with exclusive drops and discounts. That's nervetonicbrand.com, your style elixir. Hello, welcome to another episode of Retail Focus. I'm John Suder here once again with my co-host, Bart Mroz.
Hello.
New York City is looking lovely behind you this evening. Before we get started, why don't you tell me your one awesome thing for this week?
Oh, what was the awesome thing? We had a holiday week.
Oh, yeah, short week. Yeah, I forgot.
We looked it off. We had a short week.
I forgot. Yeah, because the weather was kind of not great. But
it was great on Monday, though.
Yeah, Monday was beautiful, but
it was gorgeous.
Saturday, Sunday, a little cloudy, but yeah. My awesome thing is our Philadelphia Phillies are in first place once again. They're even ahead of the Yankees, and they're top of the MLB power rankings. And we have a doubleheader today, so let's finish our recording so I can watch baseball all day. Let's begin. Our first story: Google Reimagines search. So what's Google got cooked up this time? If you notice some pretty big shifts in your Google search results lately, you're not imagining things. Google is rolling out significant changes, supercharging its search with AI, and yes, that includes a new approach to how ads fit into the picture. So what's actually changing? Well, think of it like this. Google search is getting an AI brain boost. You've probably seen AI overviews. These are the AI-generated summaries that pop up at the top of your search results for many queries, trying to give you a quick, comprehensive answer without having you to click on a bunch of different links. Beyond that, Google is also introducing something called AI mode. This is a more conversational, in-depth AI search experience. Imagine being asked really complex, multi-part questions and have an ongoing dialogue with Google to explore topics. The features are powered by Google's latest AI model, Gemini. This specifically is a custom version of Gemini 2.5 for search, which Google says will lead to more accurate and engaging responses. They're rolling out these progressively, with AI overviews becoming more common globally and AI mode initially launching in the US. And now for the ads. This is the part that everyone's talking about. Google indeed is integrating ads within these AI-powered search experiences. In AI overviews, you'll start seeing ads, both text-based search ads and shopping ads with images, appearing within these AI-generated summaries. Google says these will be clearly labeled as sponsored. The placement can vary, sometimes above the AI response, sometimes below it, and sometimes even integrated within the AI itself if it's highly relevant to a commercial query. So why is Google doing this? Let's be real, Google isn't a charity. They've built this incredibly complex, data-guzzling AI, and now it's time for the AI to earn its keep. The ad dollars must flow. As search evolves with these powerful, resource-intensive AI features, Google must ensure its business model evolves accordingly. They're aiming to make these AI investments financially sustainable. Google's perspective is that these AI ads can be helpful, connecting users with relevant businesses, products, and services at the moment they're looking for them. They claim internal data suggests users find these ads useful, which, is probably what someone says when they're trying to sell you a timeshare in a swamp. So what is the impact? For users, the experience is changing. Some will love getting quick summaries. Others may be wary of AI's accuracy. The reality, sometimes they're great. Sometimes they confidently tell you to put glue on your pizza, and sometimes they just summarize what you could have read, clicking the first link. Groundbreaking. Transparency and clearly distinguishing ads from organic AI content will be crucial. There's also a concern that AI overviews may lead to fewer clicks to individual websites as users get their answers directly on the results page. Businesses and website owners, SEO folks, listen up. This is a big deal. The rise of AI overviews could mean less organic traffic for some, especially for informational queries where the AI provides a direct answer. If you relied on people actually clicking on your website from Google, well, if the AI summarizes you out of existence, that's tough. Adapt or become a historical footnote the AI vaguely remembers. The SEO world is currently in a collective panic-induced yoga pose. For advertisers, this opens up a new high-visibility ad placement. The potential is there for highly relevant ads, but it's still early days to see how these new formats will perform and how users will interact with them. The bottom line, Google Search is undergoing a major transformation. AI is at the heart of it, promising more intuitive and comprehensive answers. But as with any big change, there are questions and adjustments. The integration of ads into these AI responses is a key part of Google's strategy, and it's something we'll all be watching closely to see how it shapes the future of finding information online. This is actually pretty massive. This is a seismic shift, I believe.
Yeah, I saw somebody call it not search engine optimization anymore, but answer optimization.
Answer optimization. There's going to be. So let me ask you, have you spoken to anybody in the SEO field who have concerns about this? Or what concerns have you heard?
No, I've seen Will put stuff out there about it. People are just going to have to use it. I mean, it's the natural. I think, sorry, just thinking out loud here. Remember when Gary he used to talk about deleting the tube, and that used to be like, oh, get me this hotel, whatever. I think this is where it's getting, where it's going to be like, I need a hotel here, and it's going to give you an ad, or it's going to be just specific. It's kind of like the idea of give me a tissue. It's not going to be tissue. It's going to be Kleenex. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like the fact that it's becoming conversational,
right?
Which is what most the MLs do, is you can have a conversation with it. But now that it's integrated in search, I think it's going to be handy for a lot of people. I think it's going to confuse some people. But what is really interesting is how it will integrate advertising into things that are obviously commercial. So I'm looking for a pellet powered barbecue grill from Traeger. What's the best one? Well, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be different. It's going to be like, hey, I'm looking for a pellet, barbecue.
It's a pellet grill, right?
Yeah.
And Traeger will appear in those ads. Those served up ads in the AI. And I think that's great for e-commerce, but.
Sorry, I interrupted there. I think that the search is going to be different. It's not going to be, give me the best pellet barbecue. I'm going to have, hey, I have 20 pounds of meat. What's the best way to smoke it? And it's going to give you answers with, you know what I mean? Like, oh, but this is the best way to smoke it. Also, this is the best thing, and it's Traeger, right? Like
that's a little deeper, but there are the people that just say, what's the best pellet smoker? Or what's the best hot sauce?
Right.
How do I make
I think search overall is changing, right? Like it used to be like, you had to go to Google, and like, I know my habits have changed. I just type it in ChatGPT half the time and be like, what is this?
I go in Perplexity. I do the same thing because I have Perplexity on my phone. It's just, it gives you more straightforward, and it also shows you where the sources are coming from if you choose to engage with those sources. If I'm just looking for an answer, I don't want the 10 blue links in Google. I don't want that.
I mean, at some point, if you look at it, depends on the search term. Like, it used to be like ads, and then a link, and then ads. And you're like, it doesn't help me anymore, So I think it's going to be an interesting sort of change in how people look at it and how search it and stuff like that. Once they integrate a lot of this kind of stuff into the voice itself, where people can just, search for things, I think that's going to change how people look at it.
Yeah, we're in an interesting time. So Google's VP Dan Taylor says AI mode marks a transformational shift far from the 10 blue links era, which I just said. Ads are now being tested with AI mode, making part of the ongoing conversation. The ads will evolve with the context. Expect clear labeling. Pricing for AI integrated ads stick with the familiar models like CPC and CPA. Keyword-based buying is fading. Google is pushing AI Max to adapt conversational search. And smart bidding exploration lets Google's algorithm bid more freely and aiming for better return on ad spend. So, I think we're entering a different time here. I think it's going to be really interesting, hopefully in a positive way.
Will be interesting.
If anything, it's going to be interesting. All right, let's move on to the next one. We're going to talk about our friend Twitter, also known as X. Things are getting interesting over at X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. You know how Elon Musk has been talking about turning X into an everything app? Well, a big piece of that puzzle, their financial feature called X Money, is starting to make some moves. The big headline is that X Money has officially entered limited beta testing. This means a very small, select group of users is getting a first look and chance to try out these new financial features. Elon Musk himself confirmed this, emphasizing that they're being extremely cautious. His words were, extreme care must be taken. Yeah, that's a word that he needs to learn a little bit, especially when people's savings are involved. So don't expect to see this roll out to everyone tomorrow. So what is X Money trying to be? The vision here is pretty ambitious. Think about being able to send money to other users, link your bank account, and essentially have a digital wallet right within the X app. We've heard about partnerships, notably with Visa, to help facilitate these kinds of transactions like peer-to-peer payments, similar to services like Venmo or Cash App, but all integrated into your X experience. So what's the timeline? Beta testing is happening now with a full launch of X Money still slated for sometime in 2025. They're in the process of getting all the necessary licenses. They've already secured a good number of money transmitter licenses across various U.S. states, which is a crucial step for handling financial transactions. But what about crypto? Well, there's been a lot of speculation, especially given Musk's known interest in cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin and Bitcoin, about whether X Money will heavily feature crypto. So far in the official announcements about the beta and initial partnerships, the focus has been more on traditional fiat currencies and linking to bank accounts through partners like Visa. While future crypto integration is always a possibility, it's not the main headline for this initial beta phase. So to sum it up, X is taking a big step towards its everything app goal by starting very limited beta tests for X Money. This is all about integrating financial services directly into the platform. Would you put your money on X? Me neither. They're not
Hard pass. Hard pass. Hard pass. Hard pass.
Hard pass. I think it's curious that this is being rolled out after all of the things that he's done within Doge.
The government? I mean,
The government.
he wanted to do this forever.
Yeah. This goes back to PayPal days, but I'm saying the timing couldn't be worse for him brand wise because everyone's like, I don't trust this guy. I wouldn't trust him with my bank accounts.
People barely trust him on X. I mean,
X is a former shell of what it used to be. It's not that fun place anymore. It's a very nasty place.
Do we need another payment thing?
I mean, I get, okay, let's strip away the Elon part of it. I get the utility of it and the dream of it, but he's not the guy, man. He's not the guy to do it.
I mean, what's the utility and dream of it? There's plenty of payment systems that do it. I mean, there's plenty of it right now. I'd be paying Apple Pay and Stripe and all that stuff is built in.
Well, let's humor ourselves here. So it's an all-in-one platform where you can do commerce. You can send money to friends. They want you to be there and just have this community of kumbaya. We're all buying and selling stuff to each other. We're trading. It's a global marketplace, but it's still Elon effing Musk.
Yeah, no, I get that. But we're stripping away, take that out. We don't need to know. Like Venmo exists, PayPal exists. And I don't know. I'm poo-pooing it because it's like, how many more things do we need? It's like writing another email platform or another email like client or another email or another calendar or to-do list client.
Let me start a new project management SaaS. Same thing.
I don't really need anymore. Like, I look at it as like, fine. So you do your own crypto and stuff. Everybody has it. Like it's built. It's silly. There's other things that people can spend money on, like cure cancer for the love of God.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's just like, do we need a to-do list? Do we need a that's how it feels to me. And maybe I'm just grumpy today, but like, that's literally how it's feeling to me all the time right now.
You're being more philosophical and more enlightened than most because I'm in your camp where it's like, where are the Elon Musk cancer centers and libraries and things that make the world a better place, or the Jeff Bezos cancer center, or the Mark Zuckerberg library. I mean, you don't see those things. These guys are not they have all the money in the world, but they're not putting it towards the greater good, I guess. That's kind of preachy, but whatever. That's my opinion.
Sure, it doesn't have to be cancer, but there's other things to work on that could be technology could solve. There's so many different things. And I think that's just, I don't know, another payment system.
I mean, we're getting on a rant about billionaires, but I look at what Mark Cuban's doing. Mark Cuban is doing things around prescription drugs because it's something that can help people. I don't think robots and spaceships really help people. Now I know that these guys, A, they do it for the money, but B, it's also an ego play. But
I mean, like the spaceship stuff, you can think about like Starlink itself, let's say connecting people. Great. Spaceship stuff always brings technology from it. And so like that's why NASA exists, right? I think for me, it's like the payment stuff. Unless you make your own Bitcoin cryptocurrency or currency and stuff like that, you still have to deal with Amex, Visa, MasterCard, and banks. All the banks have to be connected to it. So what are you doing? There's nothing there. Like all those things exist already. Venmo exists, Apple Pay exists. All these things exist.
Right. So what you're trying to say is what makes this so special?
Nothing.
Okay, it's integrated with X. Well, X is basically a burning car fire right now. So I don't see what the appeal is going to be.
All right. So you have X that has all this stuff in it. Then they're trying to add other features to it and it just doesn't work. Grok is in it, which is their AI thing, which is fine. Actually kind of fun to watch, people use Grok as their, sort of fact checker. That's hilarious in itself.
Yeah. I just saw that this morning. It was like, there was a dumb video of this girl eating 80 oysters. And I sat and watched it because I thought something was going to happen. And the first comment was, "Hey, Grok, tell me what the nutritional value for oysters is."
But as a payment, I would never trust it. Even if it wasn't him attached to it, I would never trust it. It's just, I don't know. What's the point of it?
I don't see this as a necessary thing. So if we were rating this like a movie, this is 2 thumbs down.
Yes. Moving on.
2 thumbs down. All right. Moving on. We're going to talk about Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin is a very strange guy. Okay. So picture this, a dude who looks like he just wandered out of a redwood forest after a decade-long meditation retreat. Yes, he's one of the most influential music producers of our time. That is Rick Rubin in a nutshell. So the legendary music zen guy, the individual who appears to have achieved enlightenment while waiting for the kettle to boil, has teamed up with AI experts at Anthropic. And what sonic masterpiece are they birthing, you ask? Get this. It's called The Way of Code. Now hold on to your kombucha because this isn't your typical coding manual. Oh no, this is coding for people who, like Rubin famously claims with music, don't know anything about coding. It's the new hotness. Vibe coding. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Forget syntax and semicolons. We're talking about translating the Tao Te Ching and Lao Tzu's ancient vibes into interactive digital art with the help of Anthropic's AI Claude. Essentially, you get 81 meditations on creative mindset inspired by the Tao, and then use natural language, talking, to tell Claude how to visually represent these philosophical nuggets. Want more ethereal geometric patterns emerging from invisible mathematic formulas? Just tell it, man. It's all very Rick Rubin. Think less about debugging and more about the essence of code, the unseen pattern, the nameless origin of heaven and earth, manifesting as a cool screensaver you can futz with. Is this going to make you a Google-level programmer? Probably not. Is it going to make a bunch of tech bros and crypto speculators nod sagely while stroking their own less impressive beards? Absolutely. It's Rick Rubin applying his taste over technical skill mantra to the world of AI. And honestly, who are we to argue with the vibe? It's a participatory tool, an ongoing engagement, and perhaps the most zen approach to debugging the universe we've seen yet. Or, it's a fancy website with some pretty animations. You decide the vibe.
I mean, he basically vibed music produced, which was
yeah, right, because he doesn't know anything about music. He just feels the vibe.
By the way, the most, I guess it wasn't shock. It was just what? He's like, I know nothing about it. And he produced some of the best things out there, which is great. Music is music, right? I guess that you can vibe, produce it, but code, that's different.
Unless you live under a rock, Rick Rubin is a legendary music producer. He basically is the king of hip hop. He started Def Jam Records, which you know from LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, and Public Enemy. And later on, he didn't just stick to hip hop. He produced Slayer, Hot Chili Peppers, Johnny Cash in his late career resurgence, Tom Petty, Adele, Jay-Z, System of a Down, Weezer, Dixie Chicks. I mean, it's insane. It's an insane list. So he's just a guy who, listen, he made it big, and then he made his personality into his brand, and he's just this Zen guru guy of creativity. Got to respect him, man. I mean, he's been in a lot of things.
He has. I have not watched a full, was it interview or a documentary with him? Or whatever that was.
Yeah, because he's just him sitting in a room and he's like stroking his beard, and it's like, it's a little too much.
I mean, it's a fun life, right? You're like, I just stumbled upon it and went, this works.
Yeah.
And everybody bought it.
I mean, he might be the biggest con artist in the world, but you know what? You cannot dispute what he's done.
But
in the
is
past. No, he's not. I mean, you cannot dispute what he's done in the past.
Right.
It's just he's taken this whole new persona of being this guru and ran with it, and it's paying off. So,
yeah,
God bless Rick Rubin. All right, that's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed the episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We are on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook. And sign up for our newsletter where you get extended show caps and behind-the-scenes info on the show. Links are in the show note. Bart, closing thoughts?
Stay dry. Because it's going to rain
well,
all
last
weekend.
week was stay friendly, and now this week, stay dry.
Well, because it's raining.
Look, it has been raining. It's raining all week. I know. Philadelphia, we've had like 40 days and 40 nights of rain. I don't know when spring's coming, but it'll be here soon, I hope. All right. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most. Peace. Yeah. Peace out.
What do you do now,